All statements and opinions expressed by guests of the Adult in the Room podcast are strictly their own and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs or opinions of the host, producers, or advertisers. All interviews are presented in their most complete possible form in the interests of free speech. No statements should be interpreted as financial, legal, or medical advice. Listener and viewer discretion are strongly advised.
It's the Adult in the Room podcast with Victoria Taft. That's me. Corrine, thank you so much for coming on the Adult in the Room podcast. It's a beautiful day in D.C., that's for sure.
It is so beautiful in D.C., but listen, the government shutdown is becoming very serious. This could be one of the longest government shutdowns in our lifetime at this point. I was just at the press conference that our press secretary, Carolyn Levitt, held today, and we have no end in sight. And President Trump is on his way to Malaysia tomorrow night. And I think that President Trump is going to turn this negative into a positive. You know, we're being told President Trump has found a billionaire or two that will help make sure that our U.S. military is paid. But the SNAP program, children's programs, employees that live paycheck to paycheck are going to have a hard time because this could keep on going until November. We just don't know at this point.
Mm-hmm. And what's the main sticking point for Democrats, since they're the ones holding up the works? The House has already approved it, the bill, the CR that's gone through. The Republicans are ready to go, good, amen, let's go. But the Democrats are holding up. Why?
The Democrats are blaming, obviously, the Republicans, and it is over health care and benefits for illegal migrants. And just today, Carolyn Levitt, our press secretary, was showing up the criminals that need to be deported, that are in the United States illegally, that have raped, that have murdered, that have brutalized children in the United States of America. And I know that sounds like a lot of propaganda, but it is 100% true. We don't want to give those people health care. We don't want to give those people benefits. We want to get them out of the United States. So what's really happening is that the Democrats want to fund those illegal criminals, and I think it's because they need them to vote and keep them in power. But the deeper thing is that I think that Chuck Schumer and the Republicans are using this just to torture President Trump and the MAGA movement, because the Democrats are using this to torture President Trump and our MAGA Republican movement. They're trying to do this. The Democrats are trying to do this to torture President Trump because we were doing so well. Everything was doing so well. Our economy is booming. And all of a sudden, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, all these guys have found a way to close the government and cause President Trump a lot of propaganda, fake news, and drama. So I think it's really just a bash in the head to President Trump.
Right. Of course, he wants to keep going, but they can't stop. They won't stop trying to stop him. And what I think has been going on is that he's just been going 4, 5, 6 big things every single day since President Trump stepped into the Oval Office. Now, of course, they pretend that there's a problem with him putting in a ballroom at the East Wing of the White House. Will you please explain? I mean, I've been hearing he's been talking about it. I bet you there's a montage somewhere out there where he's been talking about this ballroom since the day he got into office. And now the press today, I'm shocked. I can't believe he's tearing down the East Room of the White House. What's really going on?
This is so hilarious that all of a sudden mainstream media is just so focused on this construction because it's been going on for over 2 months now. Now, for me, I work at the White House, so it's hard for me because I have to walk all the way around the construction to get in and out of the White House. Mm-hmm. But for normal people, no one should care about this construction because President Trump is paying for it out of his own pocket, and then generous philanthropists will pay for it. So it's nothing that U.S. U.S. taxpayer dollars have to worry about. And honestly, this particular tiny area of the east wing of the White House really needed to be renovated. And having a ballroom in the White House, President Trump may not be president by the time this is done. It could take 2 to 3 years. We don't know yet, but no one should be complaining about it. It's a very tiny section of the east area of the ballroom. Presidents have the right, especially if they're going to pay for it themselves and not use U.S. taxpayer dollars, they have the right to make the White House beautiful. And that's what President Trump wants to do. And so I don't know why anyone's complaining about it. It's like, once again, the Democrats just find any reason to torture President Trump. And today in the press briefing, of course, all the liberal Democrat media is asking the same questions
Uh,
again and again and again. And yes, the president has the right to remodel the White House. He's not doing anything that's going to hurt the White House. He's going to make the White House more
excuse
valuable.
me.
So I don't know why anyone's complaining about this. It's shocking to me that we're wasting so much time on this topic.
Excuse me, I
Bless
got to
you.
sneeze.
Bless
So
you.
I never do that. It's been a minute, been a while since I've had to do. Usually I have a button I can push, but I mean, you guys can see me sneeze. So anyway,
No, it's good. God bless you.
thank you so much,
Yes.
Corrine.
You're the adult in the room, Victoria.
Yeah, baby, I am. I mean, people go, "Oh, yeah, I know. I'm not a child. I'm the adult in the room,
You're
and
the
I've been around a
adult
while."
in the room. And I'm just constantly in shock about the liberal media. Why would they waste so much time today? They usually say that I waste time. I get attacked by Politico. I get attacked by the Daily Beast. I get
Oh,
attacked by Raw Story. They say I waste time talking about stupid issues. I'm sorry, that's projection. The liberal media wasted so much of our precious time today talking about the ballroom, which will only make the White House nicer and nicer. President Trump actually has a huge construction background. He's not going to build anything that's going to hurt the United States of America or the White House. As a matter of fact, I want my family to donate to part of this construction. I want super rich power families to donate to this because the U.S. taxpayers are not going to pay for this. So no one should be complaining about it.
well, they'll complain. Oh, come on, you know they will. But what's really disingenuous in this vein is to have people who know better. Senators, Ron Wyden from Oregon did it yesterday, and I think Connecticut senator did it again today. And it was, I can't, basically, harumph. I can't believe that they are engaging in any kind of construction at the White House for a ballroom when people might go without their SNAP benefits next week or the week after, possibly. And it's just like, really, do you really think people are going to fall for that? Because we all know that no government money's going into that renovation at all, and they've been talking about it for months. So it's silly.
Exactly.
It's just silliness.
And the Democrats are the reason the SNAP benefits may disappear.
Yeah.
So hopefully President Trump will turn this negative into a positive. I pray President Trump will use this government shutdown to start firing the people that Doge should have been firing. Doge should have fired half these people. We've got almost 3 million people who work for the federal government. We don't even know what they do all day long. And let me tell you something, there is no less traffic. There is no less traffic in Washington, D.C. So that really shows you that half these people don't even go to work. I can show you Washington, D.C. right now. There are people everywhere. There's tourists, but there's no less traffic in Washington, D.C. with the government shutdown. So I'm just shocked
I think
that,
so many of them were working from home.
yes,
And
and
that just
so many of
really,
them probably don't even work. They probably don't even work. So that's a big problem. But that's really why I say that, an emergency can happen at any time. And that's why I promote sat123.com. I want people to make sure that they can have a satellite phone, that they can have a Faraday bag, that they can have a
oh
bulletproof
yeah,
backpack
uh,
anytime they need it. And so that's why I like to go on shows like yours and say, look, you got to be prepared.
right.
Because if this government shutdown lasts longer than November, what do we do then? You got to be ready for anything.
Oh, I'm going to look. I did not know there was going to be a promotion in this, but actually, I'm personally interested. So you're saying a SAT 123 is where you go to get a SAT phone, and then of course a Faraday bag. Okay.
And a bulletproof backpack, just in case the government shutdown goes longer and longer. It could get
Wow.
really dangerous out
You
there.
need
It's
what?
dangerous for me right now being in Washington, D.C., but President Trump obviously brought the military in. But I mean, I carry a sat phone, I carry a Faraday bag, and a bulletproof backpack everywhere I go, just in
Uh
case. And I go to SAT 123 because they have the best customer service.
I had a question. One
Yes,
last question before we
of
go.
course. Any question?
When you were just saying that you had to walk around the construction of the East Wing to get to your job, and you said the construction's been going on for a couple of months. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. And I've been posting it constantly.
And
Why all
so,
of a sudden is it a big deal?
why do you think?
Because I think that because of the government shutdown, they're going to try to say, oh, President Trump is spending hundreds of millions of dollars on the construction, but he doesn't care about the SNAP benefits.
Uh
I
huh.
think the Democrats are soaking this whole government shutdown when they're the reason the government is shut down. So I think they're going to use anything they can to try to make President Trump look bad.
Oh, that is amazing. I mean, really, that is just it's incredible. It's so it's just so I don't know.
Politico. It's
Well,
political.
it's very
It's so
political.
political.
It is political. I'm gonna.
It's so
There,
corrupt.
it really is. When it really does blackpill a lot of people when they find out what entities are so corrupt. It's so saddening. It really is. But anyway,
And
Corrine Clifford. Oh yeah, go
next
ahead.
week, listen, next week, President Trump leaves tomorrow night to go to Malaysia. I'm going
Uh,
to start confronting these Democrats because they're hilarious when you confront them in Senate, when you confront them in Congress. I mean, they are just hilarious. And so I think it's going to be it's entertainment for me to go confront these senators like Bernie Sanders and Chris Murphy, the senator from Connecticut. I
mhm.
mean, they're trying to blame everything on President Trump. President Trump isn't doing this. As a matter of fact, I have a feeling President Trump is going to find the right billionaires to potentially fund the SNAP program and the military. If this
I
goes
don't know.
on and on and on, President Trump knows every billionaire and they will step in and help. We don't want American children hurt. President Trump loves American children. He would do anything for them. So
Well, we know.
I love your next guest, by the way, Jonathan Cho. He's amazing. I
Yeah.
love that. We had a
Good.
whole Antifa encampment in front of Union Station.
Oh.
And I work with a gentleman named Cam Higby, and we got it
Oh
taken
yeah.
down. We got their permit taken away. And
Oh.
I got banned on Instagram because I got 1.6 million views just on this one particular post about the Antifa encampment. So
Oh.
just within Instagram, just within these social medias, there's Antifa employees that are censoring us. I just get disappeared all the time.
Wow. Well, I'll follow you on Instagram, and I'm already following you on X.
I'm
So,
banned. I'm banned on Instagram, but
oh,
follow me on X. And
okay.
anytime you need anything, I am so here for you.
Thank you so much, Corrine. I
You're
sure
so
appreciate it.
fun.
Thank you. I mean, I find you very entertaining too. Good job. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You take care.